Hi, everybody. Today, I'm giving you a throwback episode from last season about self-care. I think this is a much needed throwback episode, and since it's Thursday, it's very fitting. But before I start the show, I want to let you know a couple things. One, you can now find us on Spotify. So, including all of the places where you listen to podcasts, including iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn. Now you can catch us on Spotify. Also, I've started a closed Facebook group for us to vent, laugh, cry, virtually hug each other. The group is called Safe Spaces by Trill and BA Show. Find us on Facebook and join the group and let us know how you're doing at work. The last thing I want to share is a thank you. We have over 1,000 downloads now, and it's only been about 3 or 4 months and 7 episodes. And I really appreciate you guys for sticking with me. This is a passion of mine to help us get through those rough days at work, those questionable days. And so I really appreciate you sharing, liking, commenting, and just sticking with me on this journey. I promise you it's not in vain. Without further ado, this is a show from last season at DFWI Radio. It's pretty funny, but it has some great content too. So let's remember to take care of ourselves and each other and keep it trill, y'all. See you next week. Welcome to the Trill and VA Show. What's up, y'all? Hey, all my people out there on Facebook Live, what is up? I have a great show today. I'm just going to claim it. Right? Just going to claim it. So, welcome. I'm your host, the trillest MBA you'll ever know. And tonight we're going to continue to talk about how we're going to create a great world for all of us to live peacefully in. That was from last week. I was talking about that and I was real serious and just all in my spirit. But we need to take a step back because I thought about this. And we need to talk about self-care. So we need to talk about like things that we need to do to take care of ourselves, because if you're not taking care of, then you can't do anything else. Right? So tonight, I have a very special guest. I'm very excited because I asked her at the last minute. She was like, sure. But I wanted somebody to talk to and bounce this off of because it's important. And sometimes I get lost in my own stuff. But tonight, welcome Yazmine. Yazmine is actually our intern for the show. So I have suckered her in to come and talk about self-care with me.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here though.
I appreciate it because let me tell y'all a little bit about Yazmine. So I haven't known Yazmine that long, but this woman, young woman, because hold on to your youth, girl, hold on, is phenomenal. When I met her, she was talking about, she came on the show, or she came on my producer's show and was like, hey, I directed, did you write the play?
Yes.
So I wrote the play. Okay, first I wrote it, then I directed it. And then I produced it. Okay, so I did everything. This was my play. I sold tickets.
Yeah.
So did you sell out?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It was a full house and I was excited about it.
Awesome. And then you had like celebrities and you casted like celebrities in your play.
Yeah, I was blessed to be able to, know the right people, I guess.
Look at you. And she's so humble, y'all. And that's why, what I see in Yazmine, like I see myself when I see her, because she definitely has that go-getter spirit. And so I was like, she'd be great because
I wonder, according to what age you are, like, how do you take care of yourself? So Yazmine, let's just say I'm probably old enough to be her teenage baby, to be her teenage mama, but yeah. But I want to know, generationally, I know where I am in my life stage. I'm like super busy all the time. And I don't even have kids. My friends who are working parents, they are way more busy than I am because they have, little people to like keep alive. And it's funny, what really spawned this too was, I was on Facebook and one of my business school classmates actually like asked the question like, hey, my friends with kids, like, how do you do it? Cause I've been running errands all day and I can't imagine like having kids and having to do this. And I was like looking at the responses and I was so freaked out cause I was like, oh my God, I'd probably either accidentally kill myself or accidentally kill the kid because it was just so much. Like I felt their overwhelmness of, having to make those trade-offs in time. But one thing that was really consistent through that thread is I don't have time for me. So the parents were saying, I don't have time for me. And I'm like, well, how do you take care of yourself? Like, they're like, my kids are clean and fed and clothed. And then I got the shirt that I've had on for 3 days. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I think it's really important before I go asking people, I'm all about putting first things first. So before I go asking people, what you gonna do to change your community? Some people really don't have, they're like, what am I gonna do to like make sure my kids are fed today?
Right.
And then my question to that is, well, what are you gonna do to feed yourself today? Cause one person had wrote something about my kids eat great and then I put them to sleep and then I eat trash. And I'm like, whoa, and I understand, I understand, I feel for them, but we've got to talk about it today. So that's what the show is about today. So, Yazmine, tell me what your week is like. And what is it like being a young college student extraordinaire, writing plays, directing plays, producing plays?
When I have the time to write.
Well, where do you go to school?
Right now I'm at TCC, the community college, finishing off my basics.
Okay.
And so I have class 2 days out the week.
Okay, cool.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then
is it all day?
Just about.
Okay.
And then between work and then the internship.
Right.
And then, when I am able to make it to church. And then my younger sister is a junior in high school. So we have a very supportive family. So
right.
If you're doing something, we're there.
We all go.
Yeah. So, and then trying to, juggle that with dating and stuff like that.
Oh. She said, and date. Okay.
Try to date,
That's fair. That's fair.
So, but other than that, I'm fairly busy every day because now I'm working. So,
okay.
In the place I work at, they gonna work you.
Welcome to the workforce. It's a wonderful place to be. No, it's like the sunken place. Okay.
And then I try to write at least 30 minutes a day.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Like in the morning or at night or
whenever I get a chance. And so now I get like an hour lunch.
Okay.
So I take, I've started taking my journal with me.
Oh.
So I can, at least write something down, even if it's only like a stanza.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay. And what do you write? Like
whatever's on my mind.
Okay.
I started out writing poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went to, I don't want to just be on camera. I want to be behind the camera too.
Okay.
So I was like, I've been through a lot.
Right.
And so almost everything that I write is something that happened to me with a twist, like how it could have went.
Oh.
Or, what it really was, or I combine a whole bunch of stories into one.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's pretty interesting. Or stuff that I've seen, because
mm-hmm.
even though it didn't happen to me, I've seen a lot of stuff, growing up as a church kid.
Right.
Or, going to the schools that I went to.
Mm-hmm.
It was fairly interesting. So
cool. And I mean, that's what I love about writers, right? They're really the scribes of our lives and they tell our stories.
Yeah.
Better than we could ever tell them. And I'm trying to there's a couple of my friends I'm trying to get to like really write and do it. But now with all that you do, and I'm kind of tired, and I was like, wow, I don't think I was that busy when I was in college. I took a lot of naps in undergrad. Actually, I took a lot of naps in grad school too. But, so, I mean, again, extraordinaire, youngster extraordinaire.
I have to take a nap or
okay.
I won't survive and I'll be really cranky.
Right. Okay. So what do you do? What do you think you do to like do self-care?
It's really my mom. Every time I speak anywhere, I have to give a lot of props to my mom because my mom will sit me down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really quick story. My senior year of high school, I was working in the band, 7 a.m. band rehearsal.
That's too much.
I was in dual credit, AP classes, and then right after that, I had dance practice. I went straight to work. And so doing that all the time,
that's
came
a lot.
game day. And I had just got off of work at like 11 o'clock the night before.
Oh.
Getting up, curling my hair, and literally had a breakdown.
Yeah.
And it was my mom. I was like, I don't even want to go to school today. It was horrible. So she keeps me balanced because sometimes I will just have to sit there and say, you know what, I just cannot today.
Yeah.
And sleep.
Yes. Yes. And so I was Googling. Listen, let me tell you something. Good Google will tell you everything you need to know. Good Google. Now, they talk about the dark net, and I figured that's where bad Google is, and I don't really know nothing about that. But good Google, when I go on www.google.com, and I just ask it a question. Right. So I was like, what can I do for self-care? And then all this information pops up. So let's talk about what I found on the internet last night. So, I read there was a blog post. This website is mindbodygreen.com. Now, mind you, I didn't go research into all what this site is. It just seems zen, and in my spirit, it felt right. So 7 signs you should be taking better care of yourself, according to mindbodygreen.com. Sign number 1. You feel unappreciated or undervalued. Number 2, you put others' needs ahead of your own. And number 3, your schedule doesn't reflect your priorities. Number 4, your to-do list grows faster than KUDZU or a feral cat colony. I don't really.
I was wondering what that meant.
I didn't Google it because I just thought it sounded funny. I think I'm saying it right. Y'all let me know if I'm saying that wrong. So then number 5 is you can relax or slow things. You cannot relax or slow things down. That's what your mom's talking about. You don't have a support network, and you think it's selfish to take care of yourself. So what do you think out of those 7? What do you think like your top 2 would be? That would let you know, like, oh, I might need to look at my self-care plan.
So you can't relax or slow things down. That's most definitely a top contender.
Do you find that you feel the need when people ask you to do something just to say yes, because it feels like an opportunity and you don't want to miss it?
It's not even that. The way I was raised, it was almost you didn't get asked to do it. It was kind of expected of you to do it. Right. So now when people ask me, I'm like, why are you even asking me? Just say what time you need me there. You know? But that's not good. Yeah.
You gotta learn how to say no. And it took me a long time. Like I always felt like people would be disappointed, or I wasn't meeting like my life's expectations or all the greatness that I could be if I, let somebody down. Yeah. But listen, sometimes and even if you think it's so that's my problem. I always think it's selfish. And so I had to realize, like, it's not selfish when you need to take care of yourself.
Right.
And so I had to learn how to say no. And, there's been times where I've disappointed, like, close friends of mine because they just knew that I was going to do X, Y, Z and I was going to come through. And when I was like, no, I can't. What do you mean you can't? You never say no. You're changing. Right. That is the problem. I never say no. And so every now and again, you need to hear a good no from me. No. And you know what? As you get older, you'll love the sound of no. when I was your age, I said no and I cringed. So like, oh my God, they're gonna be mad at me. Now you're like, oh well, you mad? And the faster you can learn that lesson, I don't care how old you are, the faster you can learn the lesson of no, the faster you can be taking care of yourself.
Wow.
And not have to worry about these signs of, am I taking care of myself? I don't know. You know, because no one wants to disappoint anybody. Because you don't like to be disappointed.
Right. I think it's not even necessarily on this list, but one of my main problems is I'm not confrontational at all. So it makes me cringe to have to tell people, you know, I had, you know, some problems. I had to, you know, fix my cast basically. And so I was like, you know, I'm trying to be grown.
Right.
But I was like, Mama, you sure you can't send me email?
No.
You know, I hate to have to be the one to do that. It's not that I'm scared. It's just, I don't like dealing with that. To me, a lot of stuff, if I just say okay, I don't even have to go down that road.
Right. But what happens is those okays pile up, and then one or two things are going to happen. You're either one, going to get in between a rock and a hard place, and everybody going to be mad at you anyway. Or two, if you manage people's expectations, then you build a reputation of always coming through and always getting things done, even though sometimes you have to tell people no. Yeah. And that's okay. That is okay. So I kept reading, and I have this other list that is really important about things that you need to do to take care of yourself. But I'm going to wait until after our break, and we're going to come back and keep talking about self-care. Hey, brown skin. Right. Which is what I tried to do. Welcome back to the Trill NBA show. I'm your host, the Trillest NBA you'll ever know. And tonight, my guest is Yazmine, our intern extraordinaire. And we are talking about self-care. So, real quick, I said coming back in, we would talk about these 5 signs. It's time for more self-care. So listen, all my friends out there, all my moms especially.
Right.
Moms, dads.
I hope my parents are listening.
Yes. I don't care how old your kids are. You gotta figure this out some kind of way. I'm not gonna babysit. I just want to put that out there. I love y'all, but I'm not babysitting. Okay?
I will for a fee.
You better get your coins. Yes. Yazmine will for a fee. So if you're in the DFW area, I can vouch for her. She takes care of my equipment that's expensive. So I would leave her with my baby. I would do that.
Thank you.
I would
so
pay
much.
you too. I got you.
You're so sweet.
I got you. So here are the 5 signs that it's time for more self-care. 1, if you're sleep deprived. This is me. Are you sleep deprived?
Yes.
How many hours of sleep do you get at night? Tell the truth. Keep it trill. Keep it trill.
Well, see, I also take naps.
No. But they're talking about their sleep at night.
Ooh, I might get a good solid 5.
Ooh,
6.
That's not healthy.
6.5.
But I can't even talk because I'm at the 4 to 6.
Okay, see,
according
you
on what
made me feel better about myself. Right
well,
now.
the thing is, like once I leave here, I drive an hour home, and then I'm up, right? Because I've been around people, and then I have work to do on Monday. So Mondays are the nights where I probably get the least amount of sleep, especially if I have an early meeting on Tuesday morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But you do what you got to do. But I need to manage that better. So I'm going to try to start like coming in the office later on Tuesdays. Oh, don't tell nobody that. That's our secret, y'all. Even though my coworkers and my friends on Facebook.
Felicia said she was going to be late on purpose.
Right. No, I got to be there at 8:00 in the morning. Just in case somebody looking at me. We heard you last night.
Right.
But no, I really have to work on getting more sleep. And one thing that I was told is if you go to sleep every time at the same time every night, then you'll start training your body to get sleepy. The problem is, so I was doing good for a while and I'd be in the bed by 11. The problem is if I don't go to sleep by 11:45, like if I don't drift off by 11:45, I back up again. And then I'm up to like 1 or 2 or something crazy.
Sometimes, like, I don't know, my body it tricks me. Because I have to watch TV or, like, be on my phone to make my eyes get, to the point where they're ready to close.
Right.
And as soon as I reach for the remote and turn the TV off, it was like, well,
right.
You want some coffee right now? Like, it's horrible.
It's so weird. And that's why the other thing they say not to do is take your phones to bed. Right. I think we're both guilty of
Moment of
this.
silence.
So here's the deal. My phone is my alarm.
Yeah.
So
What am I supposed to
I guess
do?
I'm supposed to go buy an alarm clock. And for me, I can afford an alarm clock. Actually, you know what? I probably have one in a storage box somewhere in my garage.
I gave mine to my dad.
Why? Because you have your phone?
He needed it more than I did. And so I was like, I don't have to be up that early. By that time, I'll probably be waking myself up. Or, you know, my phone. Pandora wakes me up every morning. I'm fine with that. You know, I need to wake up to something pleasant. You know, I can't wake up. I can't do it. I wake up angry and ready to throw something.
Yes, and especially that's why I changed so I have a nice ding 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 ding.
I'll ignore that. I can't do it. It has to be music that I want to listen to. I have to want to listen to.
The only way I would ignore that though is if there's no light. So like this morning, because it was cloudy and then the time changed, so the light wasn't coming through, and so I went back to sleep, and then I woke up at like 7:45, and I'm supposed to leave my house by 8. Yeah. So the second one is you don't exercise. Are we solid on this one too?
Well, I've been doing better because of
At
my
least
health,
one of us has.
But for a while, I really just got back on the bandwagon like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Hey,
and even then,
listen,
it's not that consistent.
Listen.
So I can clap because I actually, I did some more push-ups, but it's not consistent. Like at one point, I was going to the gym every day, and then life, and then I was like, well, I'll just go tomorrow because I need to get some sleep.
Right.
The time where I was going to the gym, I was like, this is nap time now.
Right. Right. Okay. So here's the deal. January 1st, I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. This is my year, 2017. I'm going to get back to my lowest weight.
March 13th, what's the verdict?
Listen, January 5th, what was the verdict? I made it 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4 days.
No.
I ain't been back since.
See, that's where the gym makes a lot of their money. You sign up and you go for the first few days.
At least I wasn't losing any money. So where my new house is, there's a gym. So I pay for it regardless.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like I signed up for a gym and lost my money that way. It's like the gym is right down the street from my house. I can mosey on down there, put the key card, and then go use all the equipment. And it's a whole gym like you would find at a gym place. So I ain't got no excuse. I really don't. I'm trifling. I'm admit. So I'm not sleeping. I'm not exercising. And then the third one is you have poor eating habits. What's that? What's that right there?
Hey, don't, you ain't gotta put me out there. Okay. I can't help that. I'm a snacker. See, I'll skip breakfast. I'm sorry, Mom. Sometimes I'll skip breakfast and then I'll be like, I'll eat a lunch or whatever, or my lunch will be a snack, and then I'll eat dinner maybe. I'm a snacker. I can't help that.
And I can't even be mad at you because this morning, I had a venti caramel macchiato. Call that breakfast.
like one of the substitute smoothies.
And it's coffee with sugar and milk. And then for lunch I had a salad, but I didn't even get to finish eating my lunch because I had all these meetings back to back to back to back. So I was literally in that meeting where I thought I was being too loud, and I'm hoping it really wasn't me, but I never really know. But I was trying to eat. I had to take my salad to the meeting, and then I felt guilty because I'm like, I'm the only one in here with some food, and it's like 1:30. And then the one lady was like, yeah, I had to scarf my lunch down too. And I was like, oh.
We were scarfing today?
I know. I was like, well, let me just I was just trying to get another bite. And then I saw my other coworker that was sitting across from me, and she looked at me like, she made a crazy face. And I was like, well, so I got guilted into not eating my lunch. Yes, you guilted me, and you know who you are.
But you know what? That happens to a lot of people because, even me, sometimes I get nervous to eat in front of people that I don't know, and I don't have someone I know.
Right.
Or if I'm like the only female in the room.
Right.
It's like, even though I don't necessarily want the guys that are in there, it's the principle, like,
right.
Oh, they gonna think I eat like them. I don't know.
Right. Or whatever judgment, right? Whatever,
Right.
same issue. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're around people and you're the only one eating, it's like, I guess it's,
should I offer some?
Well,
Do
I can't really, I done stuck my fork.
It's the principle, people be like, well, she could at least ask if
But
I
my
ordered
salad,
a piece of chicken. It doesn't matter, If you had the chicken Caesar salad little chunk, maybe I. You gotta ask.
Do that. You can't have none of my salad.
Would you like a drip of dressing or something?
No, not a drip. Not a
You
drip
gotta
of dressing.
ask.
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't think that's healthy. A drip of dressing.
It's not, but I'm really
so
awkward,
sweet.
so I'm just like,
Want a drip of dressing?
Did you want that last piece of lettuce right
Right. Crispy chicken. Sorry. That was from my friends from Chicago. So the fourth one is you have no alone time. And I have alone time. I'm all by myself. Okay, let me stop. Do you get alone time?
What is that?
See, so you don't get alone time.
Okay, if you count alone time,
Like you time, like me time.
When I have a chance to write,
Okay.
or that first 15 minutes when I wake up,
Okay.
like that 5 minutes you stay in the bed,
Right.
and then the 10
'Cause you
minutes
be in
you
your
use
spot.
in the restroom,
Right.
Yeah, that's me.
But that's not in the restroom. Don't count because
No.
you're doing stuff. You're busy. Oh, you're not doing anything. You're just sitting.
You
there.
can ask my mom. That's my sanctuary.
I love it.
I've gotten some writing done in the restroom.
Listen, I've heard a lot of my friends, tell me, like, friends with kids, that like that's their escape. It's going in the bathroom and locking the door because that's the only way they can get it.
That's the one room that locks,
Right.
and ain't nobody trying to come in there while you in there.
Well, see, the problem is though, if you have a special kid, like I was special. I was
Some
real
kids
special.
don't care.
I didn't. I like, mommy, what you doing? I'm coming in there.
Mama locked the door.
Right.
No,
but the bad thing is we only had one bathroom.
No.
So she was stuck. I was that kid. Like, she would try to take naps on a Saturday and I'd be in her eyeball like, mommy, play with me.
I was the kid that was crying if my mama came. I still cry if my mom wake me up on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, because that's rude. But I was that kid that woke up early on Saturday morning because I had to watch cartoons and eat Frosted Flakes. That's just me.
That was because I stayed up all night Friday night.
Really?
We used to have Friday night church, and then we would go to IHOP afterwards.
Ooh.
And then you would go home, but you can't go straight to sleep.
Right.
So Saturday
Were you
morning,
full?
I was trying to sleep. I didn't,
Yeah, but you got to get up and get stuff done. You got to clean the house. You got to do your chores.
My mom was like, start doing it Thursday night.
That's true.
So,
Then I won't wake you up.
She still woke me up. It didn't
She just loved you like that.
Love you, Mom. You're amazing.
And then the fifth thing, which I think is super important. So if you don't listen to your body. So these are 5 signs that it's time for you to do more self-care. So, and that's key. I have met so many people who they go to the doctor and then they find out something's wrong because they had this pain here or pain there and they waited and they waited and they waited. And your body's telling you, like, I need something. Yeah. Oh, shout out to powerofpositivity.com for the 5 signs it's time for more self-care. So clearly it's time for us to have some more self-care. Yes.
Yeah.
So now what are we gonna, let's pick one thing. Like, I know for me, I don't get a lot of sleep. Like, and I didn't realize this until like, so I went off to Cancun. So this is this is gonna be your life one day, I promise. So my friend called me up on last Sunday, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. And she was like, hey, what you doing next weekend? And I'm taking classes at the community college and I have a class on Saturday, but it's spring break. So I was like, not a nary a thing. I'm not doing anything. And so then she was like, well, do you want to go to Cancun? And I was like, well, when? And she was like, leave Thursday, come back Sunday. I was like, hold on, I pulled up my work laptop. I said, let me look at my schedule. Any important meetings? And I started deleting meetings.
No.
I was like, nope, I don't have to be there. That's not important. And so I cleared my schedule and I went to Cancun, and it was great because we did absolutely not a darn thing but eat, sleep, and laugh.
That was beautiful.
It was by the beach. It was beautiful. This bird, though, let me tell you about this bird. This one bird, he came up and he flew down and bopped me on my head and flew away.
The birds nowadays are starting to get really bold.
They are bold.
Because, I used to, when I was little, you go start going to the birds, and you get certain distance, they fly away.
Not these birds.
These birds, I was this close to the bird.
And he was like, you got something to eat or nah?
Right? You gonna finish that drink or?
Right. Or nah, because I would like that. No, we had, the next day, we were eating chips and guacamole, and one of the chips happened to fall out the chip bowl onto the table. The bird flew in, grabbed the chip, and flew down to the ground and was eating it. Then another bird flew in, gangstered him for the rest of the chip, and ate the rest of the chip. He got bullied. He got a bully bird. I was like,
that was karma.
These birds are gangster though.
That was karma.
It was, the birds were funny. It wasn't so many. And the good thing is, the hotel resort we were at, it wasn't crowded. So it was really great. But the sad thing, I didn't know I needed a break. And so like, I'm laying out by the pool, I'm reading my book on my Kindle app, having a good old time. I fall asleep thinking I'm still reading. Like, I'm dreaming I'm reading. I didn't even know I fell asleep.
Dreaming that you were
I was dreaming that I was reading, and I had fell asleep when I didn't even know. And I woke up. I don't even know how much time had passed. My friend had gone and left and gone again and left and got 2 drinks. And I was like, wait, when did you get drinks? What happened? She was like, oh, well, you were asleep, but I didn't want to wake you up. She's so sweet. And I was just like, well, how long have I been asleep? She's like, yeah, it's been like 2 hours. I was like, what? Like,
see, that'll happen. Because I'll be sitting there doing something, and then I'll go to sleep, and I'll wake up in a panic, sweating and stuff. Like, what's going on? I could freak out going around the house. Is anybody even home?
Right. And it's like, and especially when you fall asleep and then it goes from dark to light or light to dark, but you didn't mean to sleep that long. Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. What just happened? But I didn't realize how tired I was. And I've been doing the most. I've been really trying to work on this show, making the show great. I hope y'all are liking it. Let me know. Hit me up at the Trillis MBA at trillinva.com. Ask me questions. Email me. I have answers. If I don't have an answer, I'll get them to you. But this impromptu trip really opened my eyes. And so that's why when I got back, I was like, I really want to talk about self-care. So when we get back from the break, Yazmine, we're going to pick 2 things that we're going to do over the next week. It's only a week. And we're going to do to commit to our self-care.
All
right. And we'll be back. And welcome back to the Trill MBA show. I'm your host, the Trillest MBA you'll ever know. And Yazmine, thank you for hanging out with me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. This has been so much fun. So this segment of the show, I start out with our corporate speak of the week. So today my my corporate speak of the week is actually an acronym, and it's called FMLA. And FMLA is the Family Medical Leave Act. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this in relationship to self-care is that sometimes people feel like, well, I can't leave work or can't take off work, and I really, really do need to take some time off. Because sometimes we do so much and it's just so stressful. And the thing is, yes, your paycheck is important, but I always tell people, you can get another paycheck, you can't get another life.
Right.
And so if you over here high stress, depressed, just like drowning in what you do to get this paycheck, it behooves you to take some time off. So I want to talk about a strategy, and I'm sure this is going to be controversial, because if I was an employer, I would not want an employee to do this. But for today, I'm not an employer. I'm an employee.
Right.
And so, first what you do is you go online at your company website. And what you do is you pull up the leave policy for your company.
Oh, well.
Because a lot of people don't know. Like, a lot of companies have leave benefits. If you've worked for the company for like a year, sometimes part-time employees, like if you work 30 hours or more a week or whatever, it's different for every company. So that's why the first thing you need to do before you deploy this tactic is you go on your company's website and you look up what their leave policy is.
Right.
What you'll find is a lot of companies have a policy that overlays on the Family Medical Leave Act. But first, let me tell you what the Family Medical Leave Act. Let's ground ourselves in some knowledge here. And I'm going to read this right off of the United States Department of Labor website, the Wage and Hour Division. So the FMLA entitled eligible employees of covered employers to take unpaid job protective leave for specified family and medical reasons with continuation of group health insurance coverage under the same terms and conditions as if the employee had not taken leave. Eligible employees are entitled to 12 work weeks of leave in a 12-month period. And that includes for the birth of a child or to care for a newborn child within 1 year of birth, the placement with the employee of a child for adoption or foster care, and to care for the newly placed child within 1 year of placement. So let me break that down because I'm reading to y'all. So basically, if you had a baby or you adopted a baby or you doing foster care, you can take time off and your job is protected, right? If you need to care for your spouse, your child, or your parent who has a serious health condition, any qualifying, a word I don't know, exigency. Y'all correct me about that word because I'm messing that up. I know I am. Any qualifying, I guess, emergency or emergency that makes you take an exit, I'm assuming that's what this word is, arising out of the fact that the employee's spouse, son, daughter, or parent is a covered military member or covered active duty, or 26 work weeks of leave during a single 12-month period for the care for a covered service member with a serious injury or illness if the eligible employee is the service member's spouse, son, daughter, parent, next of kin. That's military care leave. So there's way more. This goes deeper into layers. But also, this is if too, like I said, a serious health condition that makes the employee unable to perform the essential functions of his or her job. So I kind of skipped that one because I got caught up on this messed up word. I don't know what the word is. But what I want to focus on is that bullet. Serious health condition that makes the employee unable to perform the essential functions of his or her job. So let's define what serious health condition is. So this is where you go online and your policy at work.
Right.
And you're going to find out how they define serious health condition.
Right.
Print that bad boy out.
Keep it.
No, I'm about to tell you what to do. Print that out. And then when you go to your doctor, see, this is where you have to have a good doctor relationship. You go to your doctor and you say, I feel like my blood pressure's up or I feel something's going on with me. I've got anxiety. I've got issues going on. And so I need your help because I feel like I may have one of these serious health conditions. Right. And so I need a diagnosis from you today. Right. Now, mind you, the thing is you really have to go through your policy and understand it. The cool thing is, a lot of times the way it's set up is that all this HR back work for your company, this actually happens with like a third party company because it's all confidential. Oh. There's all these rules and regulations to it. Your employer doesn't want to get sued, Yeah. So if you really, 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 really need a break from work, use the policies and information that you have. And this is where it's controversial, because some people say, so are you suggesting, Felicia, that I make up a serious illness and get work to leave work or whatever? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you don't check the level of stress that you have going on and you don't take time to take care of yourself, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Unexpectedly drop dead.
And then everyone's going to be wondering what
happened. They ran every day. You hear about those dudes that like run, they run every day, they're physically fit.
Hear about them? Yeah.
And then they drop dead. They have a heart attack, drop dead, gone. Because they were doing all the quote unquote right things, but still stress plays a crazy number on the body. And you can be as physically fit as you want to be, but if you don't manage your stress and you don't have good self-care, you don't listen to your body, like we talked about earlier, you might clock out sooner than what you think you should. You have to take care of yourself. And it may not even be that serious as a clock out. It may be you may do some damage to yourself where you can't work.
And then you're in the hospital for a week.
Right. And then you're really stuck. So before you let it get there, what I'm suggesting is you use the resources you have to take the time you need to take care of yourself. And some of that might mean that you start looking for another job during that time.
Right.
Something less stressful, something that'll put you in a better position to, have more balance and more time. Because listen, these companies, they will suck the life out of you.
Yeah.
They don't care, like, we pay you, this is what we need you to do, we don't care, do it.
And if you don't look, you never know what you have. You start thinking about it like, I should get that checked out and it'll be covered.
Right.
You just never know if
Right.
you don't check.
And I know the FMLA is unpaid leave. Okay, I want to talk about that. It's unpaid leave. But like I said before, check your company's policy, because you could be at a company where they will come in and maybe you only need 4 weeks. Maybe you don't need the whole 12. Well, maybe they have a policy. Like I've worked at a company that had a policy, 8 weeks was full pay.
Oh, wow.
You could leave with full pay. All you needed was the doctor to sign off on. And serious illness means depression, severe anxiety. It's anything where you can't get your job done. Having a nervous breakdown. Yeah. That's serious, because you're stressing your body out and you could cause irreparable damage if you don't course correct. So I know some people be like, Felicia, that sounds real shady. Nah, I'm just keeping it true.
Exactly.
You gotta put yourself first and you gotta take care of you. And if that means using some tools that you have to do that and make sure you still have money coming in to take care of yourself, then that's what you do.
It is what it is.
So just know that's out there. If you have more questions, look, I'm not the guru expert. I do have some friends though that know about this HR stuff better than I do. And they've helped me navigate some things. So happy to, talk about any specific situation. If I don't know, then I'm happy to connect you to the right people if I don't have the answer. But again, the email is thetrillismba@trillinba.com. Very, very happy to be a resource, because at the end of the day, you can get another job. You can't get another you.
Right.
Point blank, period. So, Yazmine, I really want to thank you for being on the show today. I know you did a great job.
Thank you.
Earlier, I'm nervous. Girl, it's just us talking. You're fine. So tell me, how do people connect with you?
They can add me on Facebook at Yazmine Cherie.
Yes. And the live on Facebook Live, I've tagged her, so yeah, she's on there.
And then my Instagram name is, it's not too complicated. It's _simply with 2 Y's _Yaz with 2 Z's.
Okay, simply Yaz. You better get it. Okay, say that one more time though.
simply with 2 Y's _Yaz with 2 Z's.
So YAZZ and simply SIMPLYY. Wawa.
I thought it went with the 2 Z's. I was like, that's,
It parallel. I feel you.
Yeah.
I know where you were going. I like it. Okay, you guys, before I get off the air today, I have some announcements before we sign off. I have some openings. Yes, I am trying to be an employer. Woo! Now, I ain't gonna have no benefit. Let's get this clear. It's gonna be some hourly work. But I'm actually looking for a part-time media manager. So anybody you know out there who's really into social media, into website management, into any of that stuff, if they have a company, this is what they do, or anybody you want to connect me with on this, I'm looking for somebody. So hit me up, let me know. I appreciate it. I know my producer's looking at me crazy, like, I could do that. Right. But, and listen. Well, again, collaboration. I've decided that I want a co-host for my show. At least that's my decision for today. That could change. Yeah. It is up to my discretion. But I am looking for somebody who has about 7 years of progressive business experience in large organizations, no matter what your functional focus or expertise is. So you don't necessarily have to be like a marketer like me. I would prefer somebody who has an MBA, but that's not a must. But I do want somebody that has you got some corporate battle wounds, and we can talk about it, because over the next couple of months, I really want to talk about like the surviving the corporate environment. Yes, girl. I want to talk about things like negotiating salary. I want to talk about things like how to get out of having a bad boss. I want to talk about how to get out of having a bad direct report. Man, it's hard when you got to take care of somebody that don't want you to take care of them.
Oh my goodness.
So if you guys know that, please, again, hit me up, the Trillist MBA at TrillMBA.com. If you're interested, I need resume and cover letter. So if you don't send me a cover letter telling me why you'd be interested in doing it, I'm really not talking to you. And I know most companies don't look at cover letters. I'm not that person. Yes, I need a cover letter. So anyway, hit me up, y'all. Yes, thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it. You guys, please connect with me. Let me know. Give me feedback. I want to know. Like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Trust me. I was a fat kid. You just can't. So until next time, keep it trill, y'all. And we are out.
For listening to the Trill NBA Show. Follow us on Twitter at Trill NBA and visit our website, TrillNBA.com. The Trill NBA Show is a Fair World Corp production, broadcast live from DFWIRadio.com. Music production by Daywalker and executive produced by Felicia and Rose Anuha. Keep it Trill.